Do you dread the holiday season arriving? If so, your feelings are valid. Even though it's considered the happiest time of the year, 41% of Americans report being stressed between the months of November to January. And in this video, I'm going to share with you 4 of the main reasons that depression seems to creep in over those holiday seasons. I'm going to show you how I combat my holiday blues and give some solutions that might help you combat yours. The 4 main reasons that depression sets in are the loss of a loved one, financial burden, being estranged from a close loved one, and loneliness. Hi, I'm Esther. Welcome to my channel of Esther's Retirement Zone, where I talk about all things retirement and some, such as this subject of coping with holiday blues. Depression is something that can affect every single one of us, whether it's the holidays or not. And if you're experiencing holiday blues, I encourage you to watch this entire video because there may be one solution that may help you get through your holidays. Disclaimer here, I'm not a doctor and I'm not a licensed therapist. The information I'm bringing to you is purely from my experience and from research that I have done on this particular subject. What works for one person doesn't always work for another, but I'm giving you suggestions that hopefully something in there you can glean onto that will help make your holidays a little bit brighter. The first category is the loss of a loved one. And I'm very familiar with that area because I was widowed at the age of 41. When you've lost someone that is that dear to you, and if it's very recent, you're always going to hear those words. The firsts are always the hardest, and they are. The first Thanksgiving, the first Christmas, the first Easter, anything that you do as a family, the first time is going to be the hardest. It doesn't mean that after that first time that it's a lot easier, but I do say from experience, the first is the hardest. We're used to doing all those things with a companion, with our spouse. And when they're not there, there's a certain void that really fills our hearts. When those holidays come, you might find that you laugh at a joke or something, and then all of a sudden you start feeling guilty. Is it too soon to be laughing? Is it too soon to have fun? If the loss is from a family member or a friend, maybe it won't be to that same degree, but you still have the holiday blues because you just miss them. Grief is so unpredictable. So give yourself space. Give yourself some time to be sad, but also give yourself permission to have fun, to find joy in the holidays, to laugh. It's okay to feel joy without having to feel guilty about it. Maybe this is a good time to start a new tradition. Light a candle in their memory. Or if the family is coming over, set aside some time to have family members share a favorite story that they have. I did this one year. My sons were in their teens when their father died. One evening, as they were in college and we happened to all be together, we spent an evening sharing fun stories. It felt good to just share those fun stories and laugh and enjoy the evening reminiscing about their dad. If you're alone, try to make sure that you connect with others, especially if you're a widow. Seek out some other widows or widowers that you can spend some time with. Somebody that recognizes and understands your grief. You know, they probably are searching for that same companionship, that same understanding that you may be looking for. You may be the bright light in their life during this holiday season if you take that step. And of course, be sure you take care of yourself. Eat healthy, get some exercise, and try to get some rest. I know sometimes the dreams, the thoughts keep us awake at night, but do your best to get some rest because your health is important too. And remind yourself that your loved one would want you to be happy during this holiday season. Isn't that right? The second category is a financial burden. We just can't afford the gifts in today's prices like we used to. Maybe you lost your job or your hours were cut, so your income is less, and you need to readjust your spending habits. Maybe you're recently retired and you're now on a fixed income and you can't spend the same kind of money that you did in past years. Be truthful with your family about your financial struggles and the need to make some adjustments in your spending. You can set a limit on your spending budget. When I was working and I was single, I used to get a Christmas bonus every year, and I decided that my Christmas spending had to be within that Christmas bonus amount. And if I went over just a little bit, then usually it was doable. I also set a limit per person. Adults were one price, and the smaller children were at a lower price. As the children got older, that got harder because when they reach those teenage years, their tastes change and the costs of their gifts get a little more expensive. It helps to plan ahead. I watch for sales and try to purchase throughout the year if I have any ideas at all on what I could get them. My youngest son has 8 children. He has 2 that are biological, 3 that he adopted, and 3 that he has legal guardianship of. So buying for his family can get terribly expensive. The last few years, I buy one major family gift, and then I buy little stocking stuffer type of gifts, little token gifts that I send to each one of them so that they have their own special gift to open as well. Another thing you could do is suggest drawing names and only buy one gift. We used to do that when I was young. All the children in our family, and I came from a large family. I was the second to the youngest of 10 children, but we still celebrated holidays together. And so instead of my parents trying to buy for everybody, all of us drew names and we all bought one gift for somebody. That can really cut down on your spending budget. Another great idea is do something that's homemade. A homemade gift can be of a lot more personal value to us than a gift that is purchased anyway. Every year I struggle with the what do I buy this year for my sons and my daughter-in-laws. Anything that's within my budget, they probably already bought during the year. This year, my oldest son suggested, Mom, instead of buying gifts for each other this year, none of us need anything. Why don't we just write a letter, send a poem, or write a story about somebody in the family? That made it so much easier to try to give a gift to them this year. It helped to reduce the stress of what do I buy for Christmas this year for them? And you never know. Your family may really appreciate the adjustment in spending for the holidays because they may be in the same boat that you are, and they will welcome that adjustment for everybody to start limiting their spending. The third one is being estranged from someone you love. Were you divorced this year, or did you go through the breakup of a relationship? Did you know the loss of a relationship can be just as devastating as a death? Death is final. We know that person's not coming back. A therapist once explained to me that the relationship loss can also bring unsuspecting feelings of rejection. that person no longer wants you. That's hard to swallow. And it's not unusual to go through a time of depression when that happens. Another huge loss is being estranged from a family member. And I've seen this amongst many of my friends, and it crushes my heart because two very, very dear people to me have lost the relationship with their children. No matter how hard they try, they cannot seem to get those relationships reconciled. It's hard enough to deal with the loss of that relationship. And then the holidays just tend to magnify that because we look at Christmas time, especially, as being a family holiday, a family tradition. And when we're not even speaking to those children, it makes it really tough to get through the holiday season. The problem with this situation is you have a combined feeling of loss and rejection. My family is everything to me, so I can't even fathom the idea that my children could ever divorce me, and I pray that it never happens. The solutions for this one are hard. It could be similar to the loss of a loved one through death. I want to believe that we all make mistakes in our lives, and I pray that at some point these adult children will realize that separating themselves from their family is a mistake and that they'll rectify it. What I can say for this particular situation, though, is that you need to realize you cannot live your life around your children's choices. Your happiness is your responsibility. I pray that if this is your situation, that you'll be reconciled with your family very soon. The fourth category is loneliness. Did you know you can still feel lonely in a house full of people, especially if there's a strain between family members? There's a sense of disconnection there. I lost my husband in 1992 due to depression. One time he commented as he turned the TV down and he said, out of the clear blue, "It's strange to feel lonely in a house full of people." And he paused and then he turned the TV back up and finished watching. I didn't understand the comment at the time, but later I realized that if there's any kind of a disconnection in the family, it can cause loneliness, which leads to depression. It may have been years ago that you lost your spouse or loved one, but holidays bring back that feeling of grief. The grief can really rise back up within us. The holidays, especially Christmas, might have had a particular meaning to you as a couple. And now you don't have that, and that void creeps in there. And so all of that grief resurfaces again, maybe even every year as that holiday arrives. The holidays just aren't the same without them. My current situation isn't anything like the above. In my case, I'm very close to my family, thank the Lord. But I live in Arizona. My four sons live in Seattle, Washington, Portland, Oregon, Southern Oregon, and in Texas. So when the holidays arrive, it's winter time. There's too many miles between us to try driving during the holiday season. And the airports can be a disaster, not to mention the cost of the airfare skyrocketing during the holiday season. And so even though my situation is less serious than some of the others, regardless, those holiday blues have a tendency to try to creep in. So my husband and I tend to stay home during the holidays, and we spend our holiday dinners, Thanksgiving and Christmas, at our retirement community park with hundreds of others who are in the same boat as us. When the Thanksgiving holiday is over, I start decorating for Christmas. All that festive decor and all the lights I put up everywhere tend to lift my spirit. Loneliness doesn't mean that you're broken. Many people are lonely, especially during the holiday season. We typically relate the holidays as being a time for family, and when that doesn't happen, that's when the blues start setting in. The best solution for all of these holiday blues is to be intentional with connections. Connections of any kind can be powerful. Contact friends and family. If they live close enough, try to arrange an evening where you can get together, or maybe have lunch together, or set a coffee date. Just spending time with somebody can be really helpful. Start saying yes to invitations. Even if you feel hesitant, you'll be surprised how much fun you'll have when you go. So you're an introvert? If so, getting together with groups just may not be for you. But there are other solutions. You can volunteer with your favorite organization. You won't have to become friends with those people that you work with. At the end of the day, you can go your own separate ways. Those volunteer organization opportunities could be missions, they could be the food bank, soup kitchens, foster care programs, or special needs programs, just to name a few. Okay, volunteering is not your thing either. What can I do? How do I get past my blues? How about starting a new tradition for yourself? Maybe you can find some movies to watch during the holiday. Order in some pizza or pop some popcorn. Maybe even invite one or two of your friends over. Staying connected is really very important at this time of the year. Movies will help you to keep your mind off of being lonely. Likewise, reading a good book is just like the movies. A good book that engages the brain will keep your thoughts occupied, relieving that feeling of stress. Make a phone call or even visit a neighbor. If you're experiencing severe depression rather than just the holiday blues, please, please, please seek medical attention. Your doctor could possibly prescribe a mild antidepressant to get you through those holidays. If your depression lasts more than just the holidays, maybe a therapist or a psychologist could be of significant help. Depression can be a chemical imbalance in your body. I suffered with severe depression after my husband's suicide. My doctor prescribed a half of a tablet of an antidepressant per day. I took that half a tablet every day for 1 month, and it helped to stabilize my chemical imbalance. And after that, I was able to work through my depression on my own. And the best solution for me was reading, because it did keep my mind busy. And I started saying yes to invitations. I made connections, and I joined a Christian singles group where we stayed really active with game nights and going to the movies together or just going out to dinner together. That busyness and the extra support from our friends got me through all my rough spots. So I hope some of these suggestions help you get through your rough spots, making your holidays a little bit brighter. If this video resonated with you, please share it with somebody that you feel could benefit from watching it. Comment below if you have other solutions to combating the holiday blues. I would love to hear those. If you'd like to follow my channel for other retirement tips, fun stories, and helpful information, hit that subscribe button down below. And I'll see you on the next video.